What's going on, party people? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another review for episode 5 of the DC HBO original series, The Penguin. Now, I will be going into some detail about the episode here, so spoiler warning for those of you that have not seen the episode. And if you like these reviews, please like the video, share the video, subscribe, and let us know in the comments below your thoughts on the Penguin series and this episode. Now, I will say this episode is a lot more slower paced than what we have seen from previous episodes. I would probably argue that this was, in general, my least favorite episode. Not that it was a bad episode, just that it was my least favorite episode. Obviously, there was a lot of build up here in this episode to kind of tie us towards the climax of the story. We see Sophia, she actually talks to the commissioner, I think the acting commissioner of GCPD, who we do see in the Batman movie. He's in here, so that was kind of a nice little callback. Is the guy with, he's got the voice like this. Cool to see him in here. It was a little nice nod saying like, hey, don't forget you're still in the Batman universe. After confronting the commissioner, I believe, she is also confronted by her therapist. Now, this was an interesting interaction for two reasons. One, he comes in confessing like, hey, I loves you, girl. She was like completely unfazed by his confession. Granted, I mean, she knew what he wanted. She knew how he felt, but she was just unfazed that he was here to confess all this. And the second reason is she accepts him. He's like, yo, I want to be a part of this with you. I want to be with you. And I thought she was going to be like, no, or like kill him or just brush him off. She accepts him into her fold. Now, I don't know as to what their relationship will be moving on. It's implied that it's romantic, but I honestly don't know. I thought it was really weird that he's now part of the gang with her. I don't know where that's gonna go. And then she's talking to, the underlings of the Falcons, giving this nice roaring pep talk. Johnny Vito, she had locked up earlier in the episode. He gives this speech about her mom being all like, she's such a great woman, my sister, your father probably killed her because she wanted to leave, etc., etc. He's like, you need people. You need people to trust you, and I can get you those people since I have the connections. And so he's, set free, and he's at the table with her. And here's the thing. She goes on this ramble about how, like, the Falcone family's dead. Everyone, like, it's gone. It's a new family now. Now, I initially thought she was going to imply that you guys are all the Hangman's work henchmen, kind of like how in the Batman Rogues Gallery, basically each villain has their own henchmen and their own crew, but it's named after them. So I thought this was going to be the start of that. However, she's like, no, I think it was the Jasantes, which is her mother's maiden name, is what they're going to be. Because she's trying to take that name on. Johnny's like, okay, let's slow our roll here. There's this war with the Maronis. There's a lot of things we got to do. And then she just kills him. Holy crap, that surprised me. Did not expect her to do that whatsoever. And it left everyone in the room speechless. Me included. Now, from then on, everyone's like, we're cool with this, whatever. Out with the old, in with the new. We're moving forward with the story where basically, poor Oz, he is just going through it this episode. First off, he captures the Maroni's son and uses him as a shield/bargaining tool to get the mushrooms that he needs to make the new drug. And then the Maronis are obviously planning to kill him once that happens. However, Penguin is like, he gives some money to a guard to kill Salvatore in his sleep, I think, whatever. You try to kill him with his knife. And then when the deal goes down to trade, Sal's son is like drenched in a liquid. And I'm like, did they just do what Sophia did to Johnny and just like have him out in the cold, freezing with a bucket of water? But as he kept walking, like that water was that liquid was really splashy. Like it was pretty splashy. And I was like, there's no way that's gasoline. There's no way that's gasoline. It's probably just water, right? He hands over the Maroni kid, and when he goes to get the mushrooms, it's clearly a trap. Like the Maroni set up a trap. I was actually surprised that Penguin didn't set up a trap for the trap. I thought that's what he would think of to trap the trap. But no, he just ignites his lighter, drops it on the ground, and a trail of gasoline goes to the Maroni kid, and he was indeed covered in gasoline, and he just gets engulfed in flames in the arms of his mom, who is also engulfed in flames. I was like, that's a 2-for-1 combo, double homicide.
Yeah, double homicide.
Freaking crazy. And they get the shrooms, but because of the fire extinguisher detector, it ruined so many of the shrooms, which I was like, is that how that works? I don't do shrooms. I don't dibble dabble in the mushroom department, so I don't know if that's how that works because they're fungi. Basically, all the heat's coming down. Sal is alive. The guard tried to stab him in the gut, and when the camera cut away, you knew he was still alive. He doesn't have the mushrooms. I mean, he has 2 buckets, but he doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have a lot of mushrooms. Sophia's in charge, and Oz is like, dude. He tells Vic, he's like, because he told Vic early on that you need to take care of my mom. He tells you, get out of there. Y'all need to go somewhere safe. Like, everything's just crumbling down on him. And he goes to the prostitute and tries to tell her, pack up your things, we gotta go. And she's like, no, I'm not leaving. And it was a weird interaction between the two because it seemed like there's definitely romantic feelings there. I feel there's definitely romantic feelings there. But it's weird because she's doing it mostly out of a business perspective, or not necessarily business, but like safety. I'm not sure. It's weird because she's like, I'm not gonna go with you, even though I'm the only, you're the only one for me. So it's like, y'all are a thing. She says it's because she thinks she's holding him back, which is clearly bullcrap. Her being out in the open is a liability. So I don't know what her intentions are. So that's where I'm kind of conflicted. I honestly thought Oz was gonna kill her. I don't know, maybe Sophia's left a pretty strong impression on me, but the way he was looking, he was obviously pissed and kind of heartbroken, but he looked like he was gonna kill her. I'm not even gonna lie, but he didn't, and that was cool. So she's probably gonna pop up later, hopefully to help. And we learn a little bit more about Oz and family, how they grew up over in the Crown Point area, and Oz had some brothers who he doesn't say into specifics. He says the city took them and he couldn't get them back. It's implied that they died. However, due to popular fan theory, the reason why Oz's last name isn't Cobblepot, it's Cobb, is because one of the Talons from the Court of the Owls, their last name is Cobb as well. So it's implied, if we follow that theory, that one, if not both, of Oswald's brothers are a part of the Court of the Owls as Talons, which would be super effed up and would totally play into the super effed up rich people hierarchy that the Court of Owls is. So I think that's an interesting tidbit there. We don't really go into it too much, unless I missed it. If I did, please correct me in the comments below. But then we see Oz learn about the Underground Railroad, where it's this trolley station, or the underground trolley section, where they're going to start to grow the shrooms and whatnot. And that's kind of like where we leave the episode. Is them gathering themselves. Everyone is gathering their pieces. Sophia is proposing an alliance with the Maronis to join forces together, which is gonna be a pain in Oz's butt. Oz is literally at the lowest he's been in a while. He's literally moved back to Crown Point. He's found the Underground Railroad. He's gonna free some slaves. I really don't know what's gonna be next. I feel like Oz is gonna take over Crown Point. I think that's hinted due to that white guy that Vic was trying to avoid. I feel like since Oz is there, he's going to confront that kid. When that kid tries to confront Vic, there's going to be some kind of altercation. Oz, or Vic, then Oz, takes over the drug situation there and Crown Point in general. And since, at the end of the episode, Oz is like, it's calling me back home, like I'm back home. I think that's where Oz is going to get his new start, and he's going to build out from there. And then with this newfound army, and in collusion with some of the other remnants of the Falcons that he's picked up, they're going to go to like a full-blown war with the Gisantes. So I think that's kind of where we're going to be, that's where things are going to get led to, but I'm not too sure. Like I said, this episode was kind of slow, so nothing too crazy. I'd probably rate it like a 6 out of 10, not gonna lie. It was all right. It's not like it was bad by any means. It was very much story building, it was just a build-up episode. That's really all it was. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just excited for the next few episodes, wrapping up this season, to be more action-packed, to be more intense with the story. I'm ready for more twists and turns. I'm honestly just excited to watch another episode of The Penguin. But what did you guys think? Have you seen the episode? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. I'm Captain Zeus, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.